Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris Perlick. I'm with Leonardtown Rotary Club, and we put this shindig together this year. This is the inaugural Flags for Heroes. And the first thing I'll tell you is that it's not a traditional one in that we are just doing military, but all of our heroes can be named. So there's a little different in the protocol. We won't be ringing the bell, but we will be doing taps at the end for those who are deceased. So we wanted to have the opportunity to thank everybody in our lives that meant something to us and that changed our lives for the better. And those are our heroes. So certainly we know of military. We're glad to be able to do it over Veterans Day. The flag is my new background on my computer, this field, because it's just beautiful to see, and we know that it represents our love for our country and the freedom that we have. So I'd like to start it off. We have a young singer with us who's going to give us the anthem, and feel free to sing along. Emma Query.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, thank you, and I appreciate the fire department sending off that signal at the end. Thanks very much. This is a short ceremony predominantly focused on our heroes. So I'd like to thank everybody who was involved in the Rotary Club, from the county, and everyone who did their sponsoring. We had sponsor signs, but when I started to put them up, they started to take off. So I figured we would forego that. The sponsors are in your program. And I'll say that the program's not 100% correct now, because we were going to do this last Friday, but we thought the rain might interfere and we didn't want to have that. And I figured we wouldn't mind a little freezing temperature, which snuck up on us. But we've added since then. So you'll hear me read names out of sequence, which is not in the brochure necessarily that you have, the pamphlet. But I want to make sure I get everybody in there. And where I have the designation from a military person, I'll be able to say what they were, sergeant or captain or colonel or whatever the case may be. Otherwise, I'll just read the names. So in honor of our heroes, who are Beth Allen, all first responders, Edna Andrews, Petty Officer Scott Anderson, Colonel Robert Askey, Sergeant First Class David Bellis, Michael Blackwell, Jack Breslin, Sergeant Lawrence Carney, Craig Calabro, Peter Clute, U.S. Air Force, Seth Clute, Simon Clute, U.S. Navy, CSM student and employee veterans, Sean Davidson, William Dent, otherwise known as Andy, William Dent, otherwise known as Chief, Senior Chief Craig Ency, William B. Eggers, Chief Master Sergeant Tim Egan, Jeff Dronenberg, Sergeant Mark Drake, Lois Dodson, Beth Dodson, Mary DeStanzleo, Ada Fons Schmidt, Drill Master Robin Finnecom, There's something special to that. She helped me put the holes in the ground. So I honored her. Captain Stuart Futrell, twice. Captain Joseph Flynn, Bob Foley, Jim Foley, Irvin Funk, U.S. Navy, Chief Petty Officer, Sierra Garza, Megan and Jason Geist, Piper and Emily Geist, Lieutenant Commander Walter Gillette, Carolyn Guy, Sandra Hostein, William Borehole Higgs. He was our other guy on the field out here, so I gave him honors. Dale Hupp, USN. Captain Barbara Ives, Captain Glenn Ives, Allison Janis, Allison Johnson, Jennifer Johnson, Rebecca Johnson, Captain Roger Johnson, Lisa Jones, Susan Kovic, Emery Lawrence, Scott Lawrence, Thomas Laxus, Sergeant Matthew Link, Iris Lyon, West Lyon, Dennis McCogligo, Moose McDonough, Dave McDonough, McDonough, if I'm saying it wrong, sorry. St. Mary's Hospital MedStar, Gladys McNay, Mac McNay, Hannah Mickley, Brent Mudd, Sr., Corporal Robert Morse, Sergeant Lawrence Carney, John Nelson, Kathy Norris, James Norris, U.S. Army, Thomas and Elizabeth Norton, Joanne Ostro, Joshua Ostro, Francis Pan, Francis Pan, female, male, I-N-E, the difference. Captain Chris Perlick. A moment for Chris Perlick, thank you very much. I'm so humble. Okay. Stan and Ruth Perlick, Mark Pettit, April and Alex, Kelly Schultz, Jeffrey Saylor, Colonel Brian Robinson, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Regal, Colonel Robert Regal, not the same person, Major Jennifer Regal Johnson, Lieutenant Commander Morton Regal, Kelly Roshan, Austin and Haley Schultz, Henry Abel Schultz, Mark and Jen Schultz, Francis Seagrove, Petty Officer James Seagrove, Danielle Schaefer, Jeffrey Shea, Marine Corps, Gerald Scheffler, U.S. Navy, Joel Smith, Captain, Sergeant Major Ronald Simmons, Sergeant Aloysius Simmons, St. Mary's County Health Department employees, SMECO veterans, Thelma Sparks, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Stickney, Jesse Starkey, U.S. Army, St. Mary's Nursing and Rehabilitation Center and staff, Captain Benedict Thompson, Patricia Suit, Lieutenant Joseph Thompson, hospital staff and doctors of Tidewater Animal Hospital, type 1 diabetics, veterans all, Sam Walker, Sergeant Benjamin Washova, Janice Wathour, Robert Wilson, with the distinct note of the USS Liberty survivor. You should look that one up because you probably won't find it. It's all classified. David Wood, exchange students all. And Sergeant First Class David Bellis is our last name. Thank you all who sponsored. Thank all the heroes that we have in our lives. Don't forget them. Whether they still be alive, remember them, and when they are passed, we'd like to give honors and have taps for those who have fallen heroes in our lives. Thank you very much. Trying to read this wind's making me tear up. But Mac Bailey was our trumpeter, and we thank him very much for coming out. And I'm thinking his fingers are frozen, and her voice is frozen, and I'm not frozen because I'm a tough Navy guy. So thank you all very much. We will see you again next year. Take pictures, send them around to all your relatives. We look forward to increasing the numbers every year. So thanks for coming out on a chilly day. My best to you all, and I give thanks to all the heroes that we have in life.